Hi, welcome back to the Relax, Meditate, Rejuvenate channel. I'm your host, Karan, and this video is about the Divine Odyssey. The Divine Odyssey is a spiritual journey of self-discovery using the framework of the chakra system as a guideline. So if this is your first time to the channel, or if this is your first time just seeing one of these particular types of videos from the channel, let me just give you some quick information about it. This session is the fifth session in what has been a 7-month long series where we discuss the 7 main chakras one by one. So I have been holding these sessions live on Eventbrite. And at the time of this recording, we are actually about to wrap up the series. We have the last session in like 2 weeks, I'm guessing. But if you've missed any of the previous sessions, please go ahead and check out the Divine Odyssey playlist. It will be the first link in the description. So it's really important to see the previous sessions because each session builds on top of each other, right? These chakras, we're reviewing them separately, but everything is connected and interrelated. So with each session, I try to point out some kind of connection between the previous chakra or another chakra, right? Because like I said, everything is related. So let me, before we jump into the details, for those who are new to the channel, or again, if you've never seen me before, right? If you've only listened to the meditation videos, the reason I'm doing this is because I am searching for the truth about us and, how we operate, why we do what we do. And most importantly, how we can be better. I truly believe that you can be the best version of yourself. You can. And in order to do that, you need to have a calm mind, right? You need to have a clear vision of yourself, and you need to have a healthy self-esteem, right? So when you have that calm mind, that clear vision, that healthy self-esteem, it changes everything. Everything changes. You can literally transform not just your life, but the life of people around you, right? Because you now start to become a shining example. Even if you don't realize it, right? Other people around you will see the difference. They'll see the difference in your thought process, the difference in your awareness level, how you operate, right? You just become an example. So, I frequently say that life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. So if we want our world to change, and especially right now, when at the time I'm recording this is there's so much going on in the world right now. It's a lot, right? So if we want our world to change, then we have to change, right? It starts on an individual level. So it's easier to reevaluate, to make good decisions, and just do things that are going to progress your life, progress your thought process when you are calm, when you are at peace. That is the reason why I'm doing this. That's the reason why I started this YouTube channel, the Relax, Meditate, Rejuvenate channel. That's the reason why I wrote my book, Mental Alchemy. Transform your life by transforming your mind, right? Because our perception is everything. That's also the reason why I became a certified breath coach, right? It's the reason why I help people in that way, right? Because with breathing exercises, you can help someone really relieve stress, relieve anxiety, and get the relaxation they need so that, like I said, they can make those changes, right? You can only do that with a clear mental process. So with introductions out the way, right? Now that you know a little bit more about me and why we're doing this. In this video, we are going to continue our spiritual journey upward to the throat chakra. So as always, I will share the basics of the chakra system. I'll go over what the function is for the throat chakra, and I'll talk about, what you feel when this is balanced and when it's not so balanced. So you will, by the end of this video, have some healing tips, and we'll also do a 5-minute meditation. Now, I want to point out that when I have the live sessions for this, usually before we do the meditation, we talk a little bit, right? We chop it up so that, for anyone who has questions about what we just covered, we can answer some questions. People can share insight from their own experiences, and it really helps, I guess, increase the learning curve, right? When you're not just learning for yourself, but then now you're getting someone else's experience. You can get their insight and add it on top of yours, right? It makes you learn a lot faster. So we obviously can't talk here on this recorded video, but you can definitely talk to me in the comments, or, if you feel so inclined, you can visit the website and leave me a message there. I do respond, and I'm extremely open to feedback and your thoughts. And, I want to know if this is working for you guys, right? What practices are you implementing? How is it making you feel? Are you, getting any new insights, any new thought processes, perceptions, right? That's what this is all about. This is, I've said it before in another video, but this is not for, just entertainment, right? It's for you to be better. So the only way you can get better is by doing the practices, right? Doing the work. So let's go over a quick review first of our previous session. The last session, we reviewed the heart chakra. So when your heart chakra is balanced, when you're feeling more, in line, you will experience things like what's on the screen here. You'll feel more loving, more compassionate. You'll find it a lot easier to forgive people. You'll feel more generous. You'll feel joy, feel altruistic. You will feel more trusting, right? And when I say trusting, I don't just mean trusting other people, but also trusting yourself too. And that'll come in handy for a later session. But yeah, you'll feel more trusting of others and as well as yourself. You'll feel more kindness. You will definitely experience more gratitude, and you'll feel more open-hearted, right? Being able to connect with others, being willing to connect with others. You'll also be accepting of not just other people, but yourself. Because again, yourself is always the most important, right? Everything starts here. So when it's out of balance, you will feel things like antisocial. You might feel jealous. You might be, unforgiving, holding on to grudges. You might have a fear of intimacy. You may be emotionally guarded. You might feel anger or judgmental, right? And that relates over to the other side, right? When you can't accept yourself, you find it hard to accept other people, right? That kind of makes you a little bit judgy and a little bit judgmental on yourself as well. You may have circulatory issues or be experiencing selfishness, or you may feel lonely, right? If you can't open up and connect with others, that can create loneliness. And the opposite side of that, right? The flip side is you might be super clingy, right? Not lonely, but when you do find someone, you hold it on for dear life, right? Maybe codependent in relationships. The imbalances swing from one pole to the other, and neither is good, right? Loneliness isn't good, but neither is clinginess, right? Neither are healthy ways to be in a relationship. But of course, There's always a way to bring yourself back in line. There's always a way to get back balanced, right? There's always an answer. So for healing the heart chakra, one of the things you could do is build a practice of self-care, right? Because the heart chakra covers love, right? That's the function of the heart chakra. Surprise, surprise. So loving yourself is super important. So building a practice of self-care, whatever that means to you, right? That could be, taking a bath, going for a walk, cutting your hair, getting your nails done, making time to read, making time to self-reflect. Whatever self-care is for you, you need to make a habit of doing that. All right. So another way to heal is to be open about your emotions. Far too often people are trying to be strong when they don't need to. It's okay to be, vulnerable, vulnerable sometimes. So you need to be open about your emotions, right? Be honest with yourself. Speak from the heart. And forgiving others as well as yourself, right? Guilt is an awful thing to live with, right? It can eat away at you. So you have to be willing to forgive yourself for whatever it is that's happened in the past, as well as forgiving others. And, we emphasize this a lot during the session, the live session, but I just want to make sure you understand that forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. Okay. The forgiveness is always for you. It's for your inner peace, right? You don't need to make an announcement, I forgive you. None of that is necessary, right? The forgiveness is for you. It's for here, right? It's for your mental peace. So however you can, find a way to forgive yourself, forgive others. And of course, abandon negative feelings from the past. Like I've said, a lot of these sessions on the chakras are connected to one another. Letting go is something that we've covered before in a previous session. You have to let go in order to move forward, right? Think of it like you're chained to a giant boulder, right? How are you going to move forward if you won't just put the key in the lock and, step away, let go? You're going to be stuck, right? So in order to get yourself unstuck, you have to walk away from those things. And sometimes those people, right, who do not serve you, right? Some people are not meant to be in your life for an entire lifetime. That's not everybody's purpose in your life. Sometimes it's time to move on. Another thing you can do to help balance your heart chakra is to practice gratitude, right? And I know we all experience situations where it feels like everything is going wrong, but no matter what, as long as you have woken up and there is breath in your lungs, you have something to be thankful for. That's always an easy start. In addition, you can incorporate crystals into your healing practice, either as, jewelry you wear. I don't have my crystal on today. Either jewelry that you wear to help keep as a reminder or for energy purpose. You can also have crystals around the home, around your office, at your desk. Again, just for emitting energy or as a mental reminder of what you want to work on for that specific chakra. You can also incorporate sound healing, such as meditation bowls or frequency healing music. And for every single chakra, it's always a good idea to incorporate yoga or, some type of exercise that helps open up your body. And for yoga, there's lots of poses that are perfect for opening up the chest area, right? Just thinking about having that open heart and being more free with your love, letting love flow from you to others and from others to you. And as always, there's meditation, right? Meditation is perfect for any practice. So you can use meditation as a way to, remind yourself what you want to accomplish for your heart chakra. You can use it for repeating affirmations to yourself and just putting your mind at peace so that you can figure out what's blocking you if you have trouble connecting with others or connecting with yourself. So with our recap out of the way, let's go on and get to the basics of the chakra system. Now, if this is your very first time seeing this, the word chakra means wheel in Sanskrit. So it's wheel because these are energetic centers in your body that are moving in a circular motion. Each chakra connects to an element, a color, a frequency, a part of the body, and also certain emotions, which is where our heavy focus is in this series, right? This series is intentionally kept, surface level, and the primary focus is how you feel, how you think when it's in balance and out of balance. So again, this is the basic chart for the chakra system, and our study of the chakras, the Divine Odyssey, right? Because this is what the Divine Odyssey is. It's that journey upward from the bottom up. The journey upward from the bottom up. It's our journey upward from the root to the crown chakra. So far, we've covered already the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the heart, right? We just went over the review for that one. So now we have worked our way up to the throat chakra. And the Sanskrit term for the throat chakra is Vushida, which can be translated into pure or purification. Now, the element associated with the throat chakra is the akasha, which is space, the ether. The color associated with this chakra is blue. The frequency is 741 hertz. And the part of the body is the neck, right? Your throat area. And this is also the location of the thyroid gland, which is the gland associated with this chakra. So before we continue, I do want to point out that, it does take a considerable amount of time to put these presentations together, hold the live sessions. And, like I said, the idea is all for the purpose of us being better, right? It's important that this type of message reaches more people, right? We have so much negative stuff that's floating around on the internet, a lot of messy stuff, right? A lot of violence. We can combat that with something positive, right? And this is something positive that's good for our thought process and the way we view ourselves and the way we view the people around us, right? Because the better you understand yourself, the better you understand others, right? So please make sure you like this video, right? Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with a friend, right? If you get anything out of this, anything at all, whether it be something that you understand now about yourself or something that you understand about somebody else, share the video so that we can get the word out and hope the channel reach more people. I really appreciate it. So let's continue on. So for the throat chakra, the function is communication and self-expression, right? Now, communication, that's your ability to speak your truth, your ability to express yourself. And communication isn't just about speaking, right? Because communication goes both ways. So this also includes your ability to listen, right? So what's important to note here is that it's not just your ability to communicate with others either, right? It is firstly your ability to communicate with yourself, right? What type of thoughts are you repeating to yourself throughout the day? How do you describe yourself when you speak to other people? Are you even making time to listen to yourself? And that goes for, what you say out, right? The spoken word, as well as your internal dialogue. Are you being mindful of your thoughts? For many people, the answer is no. They let their thoughts run wild. Whatever comes up, that's what they're thinking about. They don't try to control anything. They have no control over their thoughts. What's important for you to take away from this video, if you took nothing else away, is that words have power. Words have far more power than we realize. So usually I like to include some type of metaphor in these videos, in these presentations, just to help, emphasize the message that we want to take away from it. So the element for the throat chakra is the akasha. Akasha is a Sanskrit word, and it means primary substance, that out of which all things are formed. Now, science has a theory about how all things are formed, how, all things came into existence. Everyone has heard of the Big Bang Theory, right? Here is my question for you guys. What is a bang? What's a bang? What's bang? Pause the video if you think you can figure it out. I'll give you a second. What is a bang? Bang is a sound, isn't it? Right? When if you saw bang on the page of a book, wouldn't that be like onomatopoeia, right? Spelling out a sound. I think it's onomatopoeia. Right now, English class has been a long time, but it's a sound. Bang is a sound. So here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. Let's I know we're talking about the chakras, but let's jump over to the Bible just real quick. In John chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God." The Word. Okay. Let's jump back to Genesis chapter 1. It says, God said, "Let there be light." God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass." God said, Are you catching the point? You create reality through your spoken word. So, what reality are you creating with the words you speak every day? Are you saying things like, "I'm not sure. I'm stupid. I don't think that will work out for me. I'm not that smart. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Hopefully I can. I don't like people. I might. I'm anxious. I'll try." It's not like things ever go my way. What are you saying every day? Words you say with power, with emotion, create your reality, regardless whether that's the reality you want to create or not. So let's take a look at the imbalance and out of balance qualities for the throat chakra. When this chakra is in balance, you will experience the following, right? Let's see. You'll have the ability to speak truth, your truth, right? Not somebody else's. Who you are, what is right for you. And of course, this allows you to live with integrity because you know what's right for you. You know what you can, what you will and will not do. You have the ability to listen. And this cannot be emphasized enough, right? This is this really cannot be emphasized enough. But people's inability to listen leads to a lot of communication issues. Being a good listener is so very important. You can't respond correctly if you aren't really listening. And I want to take it a step further and say that when this chakra is in balance, you can listen more intuitively and truly understand what someone is trying to communicate beyond just their words. You're not forming a conclusion of what you think they mean. You truly hear them, right? Because your listening goes beyond what just they're saying. You know, you can hear their tone. You can read their body language. You can pick up on the energy the person is giving you while they're speaking. All of that is communication. Knowing when something should be said, that's important too. Some people aren't always ready to hear what needs to be said. And also just plain old knowing that not everything you think needs to be said out loud, right? And I'm sure we all know someone who has no filter, right? And you know, they think that's okay. I'm just being honest. You know, you hear people say things like that. That ain't it, bruh. That's not it. Like, you're just being honest could be hurtful to someone else who doesn't know how to take what you said or who isn't ready to hear, like I said, what you said. Someone may not be ready to hear that. So we don't always need someone who's just honest, just for the sake of, I just have to say it. That's not okay. Some other qualities include speaking with confidence, right? Expressing yourself freely, having comfortable body language. Remember, the throat chakra governs communication, not just talking, communication. So body language is a huge part of communication. You will feel more you feel more authentic. You feel more true to yourself, more honest, more calm when you can feel free to express yourself, right? So that gives you the ability to speak comfortably, not just in one setting either, right? You should, and I know it's not easy, right? But there's a difference between that one-on-one setting and also being able to speak in large groups, right? As long as you're comfortable with yourself, you're comfortable. It shouldn't really matter who's there, you know? And lastly, creation through the word, which we just spoke about, right? You want to use strong, mighty, powerful language that constantly reaffirms who you are and what you're doing, right? In a positive way, of course. You know, using language like, I'm going to achieve my goal. After we successfully complete this task, we're going to. Once I have my degree, I will, by next spring, I will have, right? Forward thinking. You see, there's no weakness in those statements. There's no hopefully, there's no maybe, there's no if I can. It's I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z done, right? There's a difference between the oh maybe I expect such and such to take place. When you are trying to do something, your subconscious hears that and goes, I guess I'll give it a shot. So you have to speak with power because your words are powerful. When you speak, your voice, your thoughts, your feelings carry a vibration out into the universe, and the universe responds back. So you create your reality with your spoken word and with your thoughts. So choose both your thoughts and your words wisely. Let's look at the out of balance qualities. Out of balance. What happens when your throat chakra is wonky? Now, if you've been to one of these sessions before, you know this is usually where we spend the most time, right? This is where the heavy focus is. Because honestly, if you see anything that's out of balance and you recognize it in yourself, this is where the most work needs to be done, right? So when your throat chakra is out of balance, you might be untruthful. And this can mean a few things. You can be a flat out liar. You can be dishonest with yourself about yourself. Ooh, right? This can also mean you are knowingly living out of alignment with what is right for you. For example, doing things you feel you have to do instead of things you know are really right for you. Things that are more in line with your true self. During the live session, I gave this example that let's say you're an amazing musician. You play multiple instruments, you compose music, you're Nile Rodgers, or Prince or Quincy Jones or somebody, right? You do all of these amazing things with instruments. You can play and understand and compose, but you're sitting in someone's corporate office in accounting. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with accounting. I totally have a degree in finance and I've worked in accounting before. Right? That's what I went to college for. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your thing, right? But is that the right path for someone who can do all of those things I just named? Someone who's a great composer, someone who's an amazing baker, someone who's a wonderful craftsman. Are you incorporating that skill set, that passion, that talent into your life somehow? Because if you aren't, you are out of alignment. And that usually leads to complaining. The problem with complaining is that when you complain, you are essentially saying to yourself and to others that something is wrong, because something is, right? You're, like I just said, you're out of alignment. But if you don't take any action to change the thing that's wrong, you will continue to stay out of alignment. Things will stay that way. What else will you experience when it's out of balance? Some other imbalanced qualities are uncontrollable speech and the inability to listen. The function of the throat chakra is communication with yourself and others. And communication isn't just about running off at the mouth. You are truly present and listening when you actually right? So think about your communication with others, your conversations. When someone's speaking to you, are you truly present? Are you really listening to what others are saying? Or are you trying to quickly respond to every little thing that is said? While someone is talking, are you listening or are you thinking about what you're going to say so that you can sound smart? Mhm. One of the imbalanced qualities was a sense of timing, right? Knowing when to speak. Not everything needs a response. And even when you think, you know, something might be a personal attack, before jumping to respond, listen to what the person is saying and maybe sit with it for a moment. You may find some truth in what is being said or not, right? But at least kick the idea around a little bit, take it into consideration. And if you think you know something already or you do what the person is saying already, consider this. Would they be making the comment if you were demonstrating that behavior already or demonstrating knowledge of it already? I'm just trying to further emphasize the ability to listen, right? I'm telling you, this is crucial. I've sat and witnessed so many conversations go like completely sideways just because one person was speaking, the other person didn't actually hear what the other person said. And I don't mean they couldn't hear them. I mean, they're not absorbing what's being said. And they're going, calm down. Listen, take a moment, chill, then respond, right? That extra step in listening will alleviate so many communication issues. Some other qualities that you'll have when it's out of balance: shyness, depression and anxiety, lack of self esteem, the inability to express yourself. And this is where we need to tie in what we've learned from some other chakras, right? When your solar plexus is balanced, you feel empowered, right? You feel more confident, you feel purposeful, you have a healthy self-esteem because you've decided, or at least are closer to deciding, how you want to live your life. Having that high sense of purpose, it helps to also balance your heart chakra. When you have that high sense of purpose, it makes you happy, right? So in your heart chakra, you'll experience more joy, more gratitude. You become more loving and accepting of others as well as yourself. And that helps you feel connected to other people, right? Those were the imbalanced qualities for the heart chakra. Now, when you feel connected to other people, when you feel more accepting of yourself, doesn't that make it easy for you to communicate more freely? I told you, everything is connected. I said that at the beginning of the series, right? This is a spiritual journey upward, right? Each session builds upon what we've learned in the previous session. So as you address and resolve issues on one area in your life, you automatically start to resolve challenges in other areas, right? each internal struggle that you overcome, it helps you expand your awareness. It helps you expand your awareness, not just of yourself, but of other people too. Because I say it every session, the more you understand yourself, the easier it is to understand others, right? And not placing your issues on other people, right? You can now operate with a higher sense of awareness, with more compassion, with more empathy. It makes you less quick to judge. Everything is connected. Let's look at how we heal. What do we do to heal the throat chakra? First off, speak your truth. Now, this does not mean tell everyone what you think about them. Don't do that. Okay? Speaking truth doesn't mean just saying any and everything that comes to mind, regardless of people's feelings, right? Speak your truth is what is true for you, right? Who you are, knowing who you are, and being free to acknowledge that and express it. Be open about your feelings, acknowledge them. If you will recall, speaking from the heart and being open about your feelings was also a part of the healing process for the heart chakra. Like I said, everything's connected. So many of you were in the meditation for beginners workshop, and that was some weeks back. In that workshop, I talked about how it's not reasonable for most of us to just sit down and meditate and your mind goes blank. We have thoughts that will pop up, and that's completely fine. What you want to do is acknowledge the thought without becoming emotionally involved with the thought. So I said to think of your thoughts as clouds passing over a mountain. Likewise, you want to acknowledge how you feel without dwelling, without being overtaken. We want to try, to do that as best we can. And with that said, that might not always be possible, right? Sometimes the emotions are just so great and you've been holding on to something for so long, it can become overwhelming, right? So if you do have to work through those strong emotions, by all means, work through it. Express yourself. But again, don't dwell in that emotion. And, I'm saying that in regards to, sometimes we have things that we need to express ourselves to other people, right? Or we have feelings that we've been holding on to. So speak, just don't get stuck there. All right. So, remember, the purpose of all of this is for you to become a master of you. All right. That's why we don't want to stay stuck. So some other ways to heal. Singing. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to do that to you. But singing is a great way to move energy around for this chakra. Singing, humming, chanting, whistling. What all of these things do is they stimulate your vagus nerve, right? Your vagus nerve is one of your cranial nerves, and by stimulating it, you relax. So you relax the throat area, and you also relax your nervous system. It gets you out of that fight or flight mode. The same goes for yelling, right? It's just a way to release. right? So, if you need to scream in a pillow, that might help too. So, like I said, a great outlet can be, yelling, screaming. But if you can't just randomly, you know, be screaming out loud because you don't want to get locked up for people thinking you're crazy. A great outlet for that might be karaoke, right? It's totally acceptable to sing and yell horribly during karaoke. Will the audience like it? I mean, they might still sing the song with you. We don't know. But it's kind of expected that everybody up there is not a professional singer, right? So that may be a fun way for you to get outside and get some hollering in, and if you feel like you're embarrassed and you can't do that, go to a random neighborhood that, where you don't know anybody and go for it. You don't know them. And, another outlet maybe just cranking up the music in the car and singing loud as possible. I am very much known for that. Quite a few people have caught me both singing and dancing behind the driver's seat. And I'll wave. I don't even care. Hello, because I feel great. But you'll be surprised how good you feel afterward, right? It's very releasing. So speaking, singing, yelling, humming, get it out your system. Another method is writing, right? That's also a form of communication. And I believe we talked about writing in another session also, but it's such a good practice to write, to journal, especially if you suffer from anxiety or, you really struggle to express your feelings to other people. This can be tremendously beneficial. It really allows you to unburden yourself, get things off your chest. It may even help you uncover feelings that you didn't know you had. And I want to emphasize, please keep in mind that when you're writing, the writing is for you, right? It's kind of like forgiveness, right? It's for your mental peace. So it's not, don't write a 4-page letter to someone and then go, here's all the things I feel about you. Please don't do that. That is not the answer. And that may cause more problems than you want. Like I said, it's not for you to write a journal entry so that you can, send it to someone else. It's for you. All right. So again, that's not the kind of truth that we're looking for. So be honest with yourself, open up, and just release, right? This is all for your personal growth, for your personal development. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Some other things you may use to help you with your healing process are crystals, as always, right? We always include crystals. We need the crystals. So some of the ones we have here are aqua aura, apatite, turquoise, amazonite, and these are just to name a few. Not every crystal associated with a chakra is the same exact color as the color associated with that chakra, but these are just a few, right? We got what else? Like blue topaz and lapis lazuli. There's a lot. It's a whole lot. And I didn't add this up here, but I would also suggest ohms as well, with your sound healing, right? Because you can use meditation bowls, you can use frequency music, but again, chanting is a great way to help balance, to help heal your throat chakra. So I think ohms are a great one for this. There's lots of videos on it on YouTube. You can just follow along with it. The the vibration you feel through your throat, through your chest as you do it, it gives you a very calming sensation. I love it. My husband and I do it sometimes with our son as a meditation. And again, it feels great, especially when you're doing it with other people. It increases that vibration, everybody doing it all at once. Naturally, of course, you have yoga poses here that you can do for opening up the throat area. And there's color therapy. You can always incorporate this color, that aqua looking blue color, into your outfit, into your home, your decor, anything like that. And as always, we have meditation, right? Meditation is super important. While in meditation, you can do breathing exercises to help you keep focus or to help you relax. I think they're really great for helping you ground into that present moment. Really makes a huge difference. And you can also do mudras, such as the one here. So for the throat chakra, the mudra is pretty much you cross your fingers together and then you connect your thumbs, and you would just place it on your lap and relax into your meditation. And lastly, we have affirmations. Now, affirmations are my favorite. Affirmations they're a way to reprogram yourself. Your life doesn't have to be dictated by feelings, right? You can't, if you want to make any change, you can't allow yourself to continually be operating off the same code, doing the same actions, thinking the same thoughts, having the same exact feelings day after day after day after day. Something has to change, right? You can change it at any time. There's no age limit on change either, right? The mind's ability to learn, that's entirely up to the person, right? When people say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, there's two things I find wrong with that statement. Number one, are you a dog? No, right? You're not a dog. And two, right? They aren't learning new things because they are stubborn and refusing to learn new things. It's not because they can't. Okay, so we can use affirmations as a way to teach ourselves how we want to be, right? How we want to feel, how we want to think. You'll be surprised, but about 95% of what we do every single day is habit, right? Most of the stuff we do, we don't even think about it. It's happening unconsciously. Using affirmations can help you switch your thought process so that slowly but surely you move from walking in this direction to walking another way. And this is my family, by the way, guys. That's us. That's me. And I got yelled at because my husband's face was kind of my bad. I love you. My bad. But yes, that's our 8-year-old. That's Ronan. And right there in my stomach, that's the baby that I didn't know was there yet. Oops. Super pregnant. All right, let's move on. Oh, wait, no, there's nothing to move on to. That's it. So, like I said before, talk to me, right? Get up in those comments. Let me know what's happening. Again, help this channel reach more people so that we can keep spreading the positivity, right? The violence, the anger, the outrage, the drama, all of that spreads like wildfire over the internet, right? It does not have to be that way. You know what I mean? positive messages can spread too, but they only spread when you like and when you hit the share button. So please like the channel, please subscribe, please, share with a friend, share with someone you think might benefit from this information. Again, the Divine Odyssey playlist is right down at the bottom. And, check out the other videos if you haven't already. It'll help make everything make even more sense, especially once we take care of the last 2 chakras. All right. So what we do on these sessions is we end it with a meditation, a live meditation. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. So we end each session with a live meditation. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to start the video in just a moment. But before I do, let me bring up one more thing for you guys. What I would like you to do for your 5-minute meditation is take a look at the screen. Right now, I have 3 affirmations up here. I want you to take a look at the screen and choose one, just one. Choose one affirmation that you are going to repeat to yourself for the next 5 minutes. As the music plays, this is the affirmation you're going to pick for yourself. I'll give you a moment to choose. Okay, I'm going to assume you have picked your affirmation at this point. So the music will begin with chimes and it's going to end off with bells. So when you hear that bell, you'll know that the meditation is over. Just repeat that affirmation to yourself and let it start to sink in. Thanks again for joining. See you soon.